Just causing agony for their opponent.
Off the rope. Corey, with a match as unpredictable, as chaotic as Falls Count Anywhere, can you even formulate a strategy? Or do you just kind of have to play this sort of thing by ear?
Actually, Cole, the main strategy here is to embrace the chaos. These superstars have to keep in mind that they can do anything in this match, and the opposition can too.
Capped off with a knee to the spine.
Incredible pressure being put on Sky.
This is a more daunting task than Io bargained for.
Sorry. You did touch your toes.
Aha. Knee drop connects. Oh, vicious running knee lift.
I am, yeah.
You want some more?
Nothing.
Springboard off. Oh,
thanks, though.
knee meets face.
It's worth it.
She now
It's
has
fucking
gotten
delicious.
herself into a
If I knew I could
spot.
put some more of it away, I would, but I can't.
Oh, big back fist connects.
Look at this. Boom, nice.
Into the pin attempt. There's two.
She was close to the end there.
Somehow, some way. Downward spiral. See ya.
Ooh, look at her answering back.
Taking it outside the ring now. And she's wasting no time kicking things up by bringing this chair into play.
No, I turned it off for you. I already stand off.
Rolling elbow. Wee.
I must.
Up into the torture rack. Can that finish Io? Shoulders down.
Oh, give me a
Can never be
minute.
put into question after kicking out of that predicament.
Big maneuver executed perfectly, but still was not enough.
Able to avoid any harm there.
And Io's offense gets fought off. Io can't seem to gain the upper hand here.
Io has to start volleying back.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh. Harlem sidekick into the cover. And this one is over.
You advanced for the Universal United States Championship.
What an emphatic victory, guys. No contest.
This was definitely not the way Io saw things going down.
Time for the genius of the Sky to formulate a new game plan.
I don't care if it ruins my reputation today. I'll tear that cheating bitch apart. I listened for a second before losing interest. Ever since Ethan buried me, Verona had believed I had stolen her son. Bitterness simmered beneath the surface until Ethan finally snapped one day and broke her finger, kicking her out. Our relationship was as toxic as it got. Moments later, I heard the doorbell. Glancing at the clock, I thought, it's already 9.
And Willie wins the United States Championship, Soul Taking Championship. Yes, my old one. Oh, fuck. I better go watch this with Justin. Watch what? Wrestling? I want some food later, woman. I want that body. But tonight I'm getting a long date.
Ungrateful little tramp. My son gave you everything, and you go around cheating on him, making a fool out of him. A sharp stick spread across my face as my head spun. Since marrying Ethan, even a slight push from someone has taken to rage, beating that person senseless. If you knew Loretta hit me today, she'd be lucky to walk out unharmed. To avoid a family catastrophe, I whipped out my theory and said, leave now, and I'll pretend this never happened. Though Ethan was gentle around me, he was a ruthless force to anyone else. Loretta wasn't having any of it. She yanked my hair, hissing, nervous. Are you? If you had the guts to cheat, then you better be ready to face the consequences. I yanked myself free, glaring. Accusing me of cheating? Do you remember why your finger's broken? Ethan's need for control was so extreme that after we married, he implanted a GPS tracker in me to monitor my every move. There wasn't a single person, male or female, around me, and she accused me of cheating. It was laughable. I thought reminding her about her finger might make her forget about, but instead, she slapped me again. Oh, still playing innocent. Why don't you get an acting job with that talent? You think I came here without proof? She spat, pulling out her phone and opening a video. On the screen, a scantily dressed woman was kissing a man before he pinned her down. The video was graphic, and the woman's face, she looked just like me. Loretta's friends chimed in, absolutely shameful. In the old days, they'd draw women like her. If she were my daughter-in-law, I'd meet her right now. What a disgrace, acting so sweet when she's actually trash. Hearing their insults, I felt anger rise in my chest. I'd never faced such humiliation. That video was a clear deepfake, but I knew it was pointless explaining to this crowd of elderly women. I pulled out my phone to call Ethan. This was his mother, and he should deal with her however he saw fit. But Loretta snatched my phone and smashed it to pieces before I could dial. You think I won't handle you if Ethan finds out? Watch me, she sneered. I squared my shoulders. Your actions here today are criminal. This is your last chance to leave. Her friends laughed, mocking, look at her, cheating and acting so bold. Exactly. Show her who's boss, Loretta. Put this tramp in her place. Egged on by her friends, Loretta kicked one of the antique oak chairs Ethan had bought me, splitting it in two. You're only here because of my son. Without him, you'd be living in some slum. Don't you dare tell me to leave. The women cheered her on, calling her bold and strong. They began smashing the rest of the chairs, following her lead. The whole set was a gift from Ethan, one he bought at an outrageous price to make me happy. One of them grabbed a Tiffany lamp off the table, ready to shatter it. That's an antique worth $2 million, I warned her calmly. Hesitating, she glanced at Loretta, who walked up and smashed it to pieces. Everything here is my son's, she declared. Destroy whatever you want, ladies. Let this trap know her place. With her go-ahead, they tore through the house, destroying everything they could get their hands on. I watched, unflinching, knowing each broken piece would serve as evidence when they faced prison time. Then one of the women nudged Loretta, saying, look, she's glaring at you. Everything she has is thanks to your son's money. Breaking it won't teach her anything. You need to teach her a lesson, she hissed. At that, Loretta's eyes gleamed with malice. She marched toward me. Outnumbered, I knew I couldn't fight them all. I bolted for the door, but Loretta grabbed me, yanking me back. Pain shot through my knee as I hit the floor. Loretta pressed her heel into my thigh, grinding down hard. Pain shot through me, and a scream escaped my lips. Oh, you weak little bitch, she sneered. You're acting all fragile now? I barely touched you, and you're already crying out. Who's this for? I glared back at her coldly. Loretta Stone, you're going to regret everything you've done today. Still talking back? Well, now I'm going to teach you how a real daughter-in-law behaves, she snarled. From the day I married Ethan, she'd been itching to lay down rules, even making me a list of chores. She wanted me to wash her clothes, massage her feet, the works. Apparently, Ethan's grandmother had treated her the same way, and she was eager to pass it on. After all, no one knows how to torment a woman like another woman. But she forgot who she was dealing with. I didn't marry Ethan willingly, and he was a man with power he didn't hesitate to use. Ethan tore up her list right in front of her, shouting her down. She'd hated me ever since, unable to vent her anger toward him. Today, she finally had her chance. Loretta called one of her friends to bring a basin of water from the bathroom. Grabbing me by the hair, she lowered her voice, her tone chilling. Back in the day, women like you would be locked up in a cage for cheating. Today, you're going to taste what that feels like. Without warning, she shoved my hand into the cold water. The icy liquid closed over my face, filling my nose and mouth, and panic exploded as I struggled to breathe. I thrashed, trying to free myself from her grip, but she held on tight. Finally, just as I was on the edge of passing out, Loretta yanked me up, and I gasped, desperate for air, my face and clothes soaked, feeling utterly humiliated. You think you can just strut around my son's house like you own it? She spat. He works hard to give you everything, and you treat him like a damn servant? Once I caught my breath, I glared at her, rage flooding every nerve in my body. You'd better kill me if that's what you want, Loretta. Otherwise, you'll regret it. At that moment, I despised Ethan as much as I hated her. If he hadn't forced me into this marriage, I'd never...
Hello?
Hey, how you doing? Would you talk that? Greg's ready at Walmart.
Yeah, I can do that for you, hon.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye.
Where the fuck did I put them? I know I had them. I got a bump on the back of my head and don't know what the fuck it is, babe.
Thanks, Fred. I appreciate it, honey.
I had them.
Do you need help finding them again?
It has to be here. They didn't just fucking walk away.
What happened to them with the last time?
Somehow they were underneath the bed when we looked and didn't see them.
That and Albert on the I need something to eat, honey.
Where?
Albert on
Okay. Ah, my fucking head. I know they're here somewhere. They didn't just walk away.
I had to go grab my wallet while you're looking for your keys, honey.
Okay.
Fitz! Are you almost done? Huh?
Oh, text her.
Or just tell her I fucking went to bed.
Tell her that you said no. So you need me here.
What store?
Fucking Dollar General and the gas station. My tire cannot go that far.
No.
Tell her no. She won't listen to me.
Oh, and this trap is betraying you. Naturally, I had to teach her a lesson. But I knew that calm voice, that deadly silence. Loretta, still patting herself on the back, hadn't realized she just lit the fuse. She kept talking, like she was scoring points. Your sister was the one who found out first. She sent me the video. You should thank her later. And hey, maybe get her husband his job back at your company, right? We're family, after all. Don't let this war ruin that. Ethan glanced at me, his eyes wild, filled with an anger I knew all too well. I took his hand, weakly pressing it to the bloodstains on the floor. My voice was soft, but I made sure Loretta heard every word. Ethan, this is your child's blood. Loretta's friends chimed in, like a twisted Greek chorus, backing her up. Ethan, don't let her trick you. That's not your baby. Exactly. Your mom told us you had a vasectomy. It's impossible. Look at her in that video, Ethan. She's a slut. You can't possibly be siding with her over your own family. Ethan's eyes turned bloodshot as he stared at them. So, you all had a hand in this? Still oblivious, they nodded, basking in what they thought was gratitude. No need to thank us. We were happy to help. Your mom's been our friend for years. Helping her deal with this little tramp was the least we could do. One of them even popped up her chest. Your mom was just going to trash the house at first, you know, but I suggested we go straight to the source of this bitch. No need to ruin the nice stuff you've worked so hard for. Yeah, and I found the pregnancy test in the bathroom. Imagine if we hadn't caught her in time. That bastard would have been born. I held her down when she tried to fight back. I had to do something. Loretta chimed in again, smug. See, Ethan? Your aunts all pitched in. You'd better thank them properly later. They all looked at him expectantly, practically drooling at the thought of expensive gifts. I barely had any strength left, but I whispered to Ethan, they killed your baby. Ethan pulled me close, his voice colder than ice. I know. I know. Hearing that, I finally let myself pass out. When I woke up, it was the next evening. The hospital ceiling loomed above me, a blinding white. My hand had still come into my belly, the pain still fresh. I spoke, my voice a broken whisper. The baby. Ethan laid in, his eyes full of guilt and love.
Huh?
We'll have more children. I promise.
No.
I pushed him away, shaking my head. No, Ethan, we won't. His face went pale. Okay. If you don't want kids anymore, that's fine. We don't need them. I met his eyes, my voice steady. Ethan, let me go. He stared at me, not understanding. What do you mean? I took a deep breath. I want a divorce. I don't love you. I never did. We don't have a future. I had been ready to compromise for our baby, but now that our child was gone, I knew. I wasn't meant to compromise. Not with him. Not anymore.
A story.
He clutched me desperately. No, darling. You are my wife. I told you, I'll never let you go. I remained calm. But you also promised you'd never let me get hurt. And look what's happened. The worst pain I'd ever felt was because of you. Ethan froze. His grip tightening. It was an accident. I swear it'll never happen again. No one can make that promise, Ethan. I looked him dead in the eye. Years ago, I saved you from drowning, and you latched onto me like a drowning man. You destroyed my life. You ran over my boyfriend, crippled him, and used my parents' lives to force me into marrying you. And then, you took control of my life. You won't let me speak to any man. You implanted a tracking chip in me. You made me a prisoner. I have no friends, no family.
Learn how to lock the fucking door when you're in there,
I can't do
woman.
it anymore. I'm exhausted.
Did you just walk in on a stand?
Yes, I did.
But I love you. No one
I thought your ass was still in there.
But your love is suffocating me. He didn't respond, just pulled me tighter.
Don't you argue with me, chicken legs.
You can either agree to the divorce, or I'll take it to court. His voice wavered, his whole throat crawling out. And what about your parents? If you leave me, I'll have their legs broken.
Holy fuck is alive.
Do you really want my corpse next to you for the rest of your life? I've always hesitated before. before, afraid of what he would do, but now I knew his greatest weakness was me. Darling, after all this time, you never loved me? Not even a little?
What do you mean?
I didn't hesitate. No. Ethan searched my face, desperate for even a hint of affection.
No, stay, dude.
Finally, he slumped to defeat. Fine. I'll give you what you want. He promised to let me go once I recovered. But a week later, when I was discharged and Ethan came to pick me up, I realized something was wrong. We weren't heading home, and we weren't going to the courthouse. Where are we going? I asked. Ethan's gaze lingered on me, his expression unreadable. Don't you want to see what happened to them? With your own eyes? My husband was born with XYY syndrome. My husband was born with XY.
Squeeze me?
Felicity, is that car really your husband's? Update. My adored sister deliberately held her wedding ceremony on my wedding day. At the same time, at the same venue, and all my family, relatives attended hers.
I'll drop a
Such
grenade
a
on
pathetic
it.
wedding without even your own family. Lol. The next moment, she stormed into her room, furious. What have you done? Huh. A man like him is going to become family. I couldn't accept the reality that Tommy was Jenny's fiancé. The atmosphere was terrible, so I wanted to leave this place.
Okay, I'm moving it around.
Congratulations on your engagement. I'll be leaving now. I said, just this one.